2.5 years ago, my wife, Emily, 36, asked to open our marriage. She hinted strongly that divorce was the alternative. After much thought, I agreed, mainly for the sake of our 2 kids. I was working long hours, and the idea of divorce felt overwhelming. So, I laid out some ground rules. No bringing partners to our home, no dating mutual friends, family, colleagues, or acquaintances, and keeping things discreet. For the next 2 years, I poured my energy into my career and our children. My demanding job left little time for anything else, so I didn't pursue dating. The thought of Emily being intimate with someone else and then sharing our bed was unbearable, so I moved to a separate room. Our relationship turned purely functional. We became co-parents, nothing more. I avoided any details about her personal life. That summer, I hit my financial milestones. I cleared all our debts, fully funded our kids' college accounts, and started saving for their future home down payments. With this stability, I decided to cut my work hours from 74 to 30 per week. Emily pushed to take on new debt for a bigger house and a new car, but I refused. With my newfound free time, I took a much-needed vacation with my older son to explore the U.S., renovated our basement into a personal retreat, started exercising, and embraced a healthier lifestyle. Then, I decided to try dating. I'm not interested in casual flings. I want connection, friendship, shared experiences like going to movies or events, and then intimacy. After a few dates, I met Claire and we hit it off. We went to concerts, art exhibits, comic conventions, and movies, and yes, we were intimate. Emily suddenly wanted to discuss my dating life, but I shut that down. Then I caught her snooping through my phone, which led to a heated argument. Now she wants to revise our open marriage terms. She's pushing for couples counseling to fix our marriage, wants us to share a bedroom again, and insists we go out together. She also wants our outside relationships to be purely physical, with full transparency about our partners. I told her I'm fine with our current arrangement and encouraged her to find someone to connect with emotionally. But I'm not interested in sharing details. She's digging in her heels. I'm torn between trying to salvage our marriage or serving her divorce papers. I need advice. P.S. I only started working 74-hour weeks after Emily pushed for an open marriage. Before that, I worked about 50 hours, helped with chores, and was home every weekend. I wasn't out partying. I was present for my family. Divorce is the answer. You 2 aren't married anymore. You're roommates and co-parents. The marriage ended when you opened it up. You didn't find a casual partner. You found a real relationship with Claire, and that's rattling Emily. She didn't expect you to find someone, especially since you were working so much. She wanted freedom to explore, not for you to find a girlfriend. Should have divorced her when she first suggested opening things up. I'm glad I didn't divorce then. Growing up poor, I couldn't afford college and had to claw my way up. I stayed in the marriage to ensure my kids wouldn't face that struggle. By staying, I could work hard, see my kids daily, and secure their future with college funds and savings for their first homes. I don't regret that choice. You prioritized your kids, and that's commendable. But part of parenting is showing them what a healthy relationship looks like. If your home is peaceful and the kids are unaware of your personal dynamics, that's fine. But if tensions rise, especially now that you're dating too, divorce might be the kindest option for them. Your boys likely sensed something was off when you moved to separate rooms, but it sounds like you've kept things stable so far. My only regret is not spending more time with my kids, but at least they'll never know student debt. Emily's being hypocritical. You're emotionally detached, and that's understandable. Agreeing to her open marriage idea was a mistake. You should have worked on your issues then. Marriages need maintenance, and she chose new partners over fixing things with you. This isn't a marriage anymore. It's a business deal. You know what you need to do. Good luck. I've noticed I'm emotionally numb. Things that used to move me don't anymore. A friend passed away, and I felt nothing at the funeral, just guilt for not feeling. I'm good at faking emotions, but I'm planning to see a therapist. This isn't a marriage. Your business partner's running a household. Emily's support at home lets you work those long hours. But this hasn't been a romantic partnership for years. You're right to keep your dating life private. She doesn't get to make it a shared experience now. Emily and I attended 2 couples counseling sessions. The counselor was professional and fair, but Emily kept making demands that felt unreasonable. She wants an open marriage limited to physical relationships, refuses to get a job, and insists on buying a new house. She fixated on getting at least 2 of these 3 demands in every discussion. During our last session, she threatened divorce. Afterward, she complained the counselor was biased toward me and wants a new one, but I think the counselor was just seeking a fair compromise. I consulted a lawyer and started divorce proceedings. Emily will receive the papers soon. I'll give her 2 months to start supporting herself financially. After that, I'm done providing for her. Comment: divorce is the right move. Emily's demands show she's focused on her own desires, not what's best for your family. Good for you for standing firm. Comment: don't rush into anything with Claire. Take it slow to avoid another failed relationship. Emily's been using you. She doesn't care about your needs. My parents were wealthy but emotionally absent, leaving me to fend for myself by age 10. They prioritized work over family, and I had no real parental guidance. When I met my wife, Laura, she was lively, thoughtful, and warm. We'd spend hours talking about everything, but over time, that faded. She'd come home from work, retreat to bed, and scroll on her phone for hours. She barely engaged, rarely helped with chores, and eventually hired someone to cover her share. She'd claim exhaustion, sometimes sleeping 18 hours or staying up all night. Watching her glued to her screen instead of connecting with me felt like reliving my childhood neglect. So, I asked for a separation. It was tough. She cried and begged me to stay, and I still loved her. But living with her was draining. We both knew separation often leads to divorce. Recently, a friend of Laura's contacted me furious, saying Laura has cancer, and how dare I abandon her. I had no clue. When I asked Laura why she didn't tell me, she said she didn't want to manipulate me into staying by using her diagnosis. She learned about the cancer 3 weeks after our separation. I'd noticed her hair thinning and her looking frail, but she dismissed it as stress. I'm hurt she kept this from me. Am I wrong to feel this way? You're in the wrong. Comparing your possibly ill wife to your neglectful parents is odd. You told her you couldn't handle her behavior, whether it was laziness, stress, or illness, and made it clear you didn't want to support her. Why would she tell you about her cancer? You already showed you weren't willing to help. That comparison feels off. She kept saying she was stressed, and you didn't push further or suggest another doctor. You could have said, I'm worried about you, let's figure this out. Reply, I did. I made multiple doctor's appointments, but they found nothing, and she refused to go again. What more could I do? This screams mental health issues. If physical causes were ruled out, you should have explored psychiatry. A doctor calling her lazy is unprofessional. It sounds like they missed her cancer early on. For 3 years, she was barely functional, and you took on all the chores. I saw disinterest. She wouldn't walk with me, go out, or engage. Her screen time was 14 to 16 hours daily. I cooked, cleaned, and booked appointments, but she wouldn't go. After years of her and doctors saying nothing was wrong, I was exhausted. If I'd known her body was failing, I wouldn't have left. I wish she'd attended those appointments. I'll help her however I can now. I called Laura and asked to talk. She agreed. When I visited, I noticed her place was tidy but hadn't been maintained in weeks. She's clearly been managing alone. I apologized and asked why she hid her cancer. She said she felt guilty, fearing tests would just confirm she was lazy, and I'd resent her. After we separated, she planned to attend appointments to prove she was fine and change her behavior. Then she got her diagnosis and felt awful for ignoring my concerns. She didn't want me to return out of pity. Laura admitted that as a child, she had episodes of extreme fatigue, but doctors and her parents dismissed it as laziness. I suspect an autoimmune condition. I told her I always believed her, even when she called herself lazy, and I'd have believed her childhood experiences if she'd shared them. She broke down, and I comforted her. Her fridge was nearly empty, so I offered to shop or bring her to my place for dinner. She chose my apartment. I drew her a bath, cooked, and washed her laundry since she had no clean clothes. She wore my pajamas. Over dinner, she kept thanking me, but I said she's my wife. I'll always care for her, especially through cancer. She worried I'd resent doing chores again, but I said I'll manage if she's honest about her health. We cuddled, and she fell asleep quickly. She's been in and out of sleep, staying at my place, and seems more at ease. We'll likely break her lease. I'm not leaving her. She needs support. Being dismissed as lazy her whole life really damaged her. Comment: chronic fatigue syndrome could be a factor alongside her cancer. You're a great husband for standing by her, wishing you both strength. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.